Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. Today I want to share about the canopies, how I create the canopies, because somebody asked in the comment section in the previous video if these canopies are 3D printed. I changed the battery strap here to a really light plastic and also the canopy. It's flexible and really light. Plus it's strong, if you had a crash and all that. I've been testing these plastics and but anyways, to start, I'll start by letting you know that these are handcrafted. I cut these pieces out myself and I use this is a Dremel 3000 that I use. I started with this tiny one. This is 9 watts. 9 watts can craft this plastic. And I was shocked that this 9 watts can actually cut through carbon fiber, only that you have to be careful and it takes longer. So if it's just for home use, you can buy this. It's about 40 or between 30 to $50, I guess. If you want to do more heavy duty work, then you get the Dremel 3000. So this is what I use mostly, but I also use this. So the Dremel 3000 comes with a case and a few rotary tools in there. So I had to buy these for crafting the carbon fiber. But if you're doing something small scale and just personal use, don't spend a lot of money. You can buy the 9 watt one. It will work. You just have to be patient and careful. So about the canopies, that's how I was able to carve this frame, this carbon fiber frame, and this one too. This drone is handcrafted. There's no CNC cut parts. There's no CNC machine involved. And even when I put it out for sale, as I've already ordered carbon fiber for the first batch, it is all hand cut, and I carefully inspect the parts. I have taken my time to perfect this craft, and when people eventually purchase this, you'll be able to inspect it yourself. If somebody's not satisfied, I could refund your money, if you've purchased from me and you're not satisfied. So here is how I start. These the carbon fiber, the canopies. This is an ABS sheet. This is the final one I did as a sketch. So I've used this to sketch this and that and that and that. ABS is not strong. It is flexible, but it's not strong. It easily breaks. So I opted out of this and I'm using this. Now I'm not really clear what kind of plastic this is, but this is a plastic that is recycled from these empty bottles. This is my body wash. So when I saw this material, like, this will be good to create canopies. So this is what I cut out these shapes from. That is this, and this is the previous canopy I was flying, the red one. And there's also this bottle. This is a shampoo bottle, very nice plastic. I cut this out yesterday from an empty one, and I did this. I mean, you can see, after treating it and all that. By treating it, I mean ironing it, pressing it between paper. So what you basically do is, because when you're working with it, you get scratches and all that. So to make it smooth and have a matte look, you sandwich it between a paper and then you press iron it. You just make sure you sit the flat iron on the paper, until you feel like it's ready. Sit it on for like 10 seconds, like you're ironing around, and then you turn it all the other side and the same, and you'll be good. So this is where I get this plastic. I don't want anybody to think that it is 3D printed. I had the thought of getting a 3D printer, but I realized that a 3D printer takes long to print. I work faster than the 3D printer when I cut them myself. Plus, the final look of 3D printed materials is not that appealing. These I can easily treat them and heat them up, and they look good. So now if it also came to painting them, if I wanted to spray paint these with different material, I could use an airbrush, and because it's matte, you've heated it and it's matte, that paint will settle and cure properly. So if you want to make the canopy golden, then you can do that. You can just airbrush it with gold and it look as if it's golden. But how do I start? This is how I start. I get the flight controller, the FC that I want. In this case, it's a 1S flight controller, and it's 25 by 25. So what I do is I come and draw a square of 25 by 25. It's 25, 25, 25, 25. This is in millimeters. So I draw out a square like that. It has to be a perfect square. 25 from here to 20 to there, 25 to there. So it's a perfect 25 square. And then, of course, you'd have to join these two joints and draw a line all through. Of course, it has to be a straight line. It will be a straight line all through. And once you draw a straight line through, that's when you come and you also draw again straight lines like that, and another straight line, and another, straight line, with measurements of your choice, and then you eventually have that. So you make sure you mount a hole right there, and there in this corner, and there in this corner. So this is where your screws are going to sit in the canopy. These are the joints. If you're to see that, these are the joints. That is supposed to be that. That is that. That is that. Yeah, and then from here to somewhere there, you have to measure also 25 millimeters, and from there you draw a circle, which is about 4 millimeter radius, which eventually turns out to have a diameter of 8. No, sorry, not 4. It is I think it's 4 millimeters. Yeah, and it turns out to have a diameter of 8 millimeters. Yeah, somewhere like that, because that is the diameter of that camera lens. That's the CO3. So depending on the custom camera you're using, then again you draw another circle around of your choice, which is that, and then perhaps you can smoothen those edges right there, and you end up with something like that. So you basically have something like that. And that's where the camera lens sits. Then you of course you have to place the hole for the antenna, and then the back screw, which is this is that, and this is that, and you're done with your canopy. And all you have to do is screw in the nails and the screws, and then you turn it around, and fixing this. So it basically sits like this, like that, and like that. So you have something like that. So you can come and cut it to the size that fits your preference, which is what I did here. So this is the old canopy that was there, the red one, and all these other ones that I had tested, I had tried prior. So basically, you don't have to wait for a canopy to come from any of these companies to take all those weeks in shipping. You can get this canopy yourself. You can make it yourself. So even if I was to share, I don't know how I would share the document, because I can scan this out on an A4, on an A4 size, and then share it with you, so that all you have to do is just tape it, cut it out, and then you lay it on the piece of plastic that you want to. So basically, this is what I do. If I'm done with my final shape, what I do is I cut it out almost to perfection, and I get clear tape and tape around it, and once I tape around it, I cut that out with a tape so that it's shiny and strong. So once I got that shape, I move it to the piece of plastic that I've cut out from wherever. Let's say this is the piece of plastic that I have cut out from such a bottle. So I come and lay this piece that I have cut on that plastic, and then just stretch it out. And I'm done with that canopy. So I just keep tracing and tracing and tracing and tracing as many as I can. So I haven't had any issues with these canopies yet, breakage and all that. They seem fine. So the only thing is maybe your antenna right there. Perhaps when you create your own canopy, you might want to cut out a place where you hoist it, depending on the flight controller you have. I'm okay with mine being this way because it's my drone. So I just wanted to share that. All these parts are handcrafted. This drone is completely handcrafted. There is nothing CNC about this. So and I'm trying to make it as affordable as possible, the frame as affordable as possible, because I'm thinking of selling this at $25, but again, because of packaging, I've been thinking also of adding an extra $5 to make it 30. So you get the frame with the screws and the battery holder and the canopy. So plus it's packaged with a manual on how to assemble it. But I think I might ship it when it's already assembled. In case you put it apart, you might have to turn back to the manual. So I'm still negotiating in my mind whether to make it $30 or 25. I'm not mass producing these, but I'm going to try and put out as much as I can, so that whoever wants to have, maybe somebody places 2 orders or 3 or 4, they will be able to get their orders. So for now, the website is not yet up, and I think maybe people might have to place their orders through my email, and then I custom make these, and then maybe they trust me with payment on PayPal, and then we can hope for the best, and people enjoy their frames. But other than that, that's how I make these frames. I put in time to produce one frame, one canopy, and thought of how they should look and all that. I can't wait for you guys to purchase these so that I get enough money to get digital VTXs like the O4 light, so that I can also mount it. And yeah, I think I would have to make a clear video from scratch on how to create these canopies, so that in case somebody wants to create it themselves, they would. Some of you don't have 3D printers for the, like me, for the parts that are distributed online. So for the most part, when you have a 3D printer, you can easily print out these parts, but there could also be limitations. Imagine that maybe you don't have filament, maybe something is wrong with the electricity, perhaps the 3D printer is dead. That means you can't really do anything. But if you're not limited by a printer, and you have the plastic, you have hands, you have a pencil and all that, and a mathematical set, then you can be able to build this from scratch. So I'm hoping to create a video where I share how to create that sketch, and people will be able to walk through the steps and be able to create it themselves. Perhaps you might even create different variations, and surprise me, because one man builds the blueprint, another improves it. So yeah, I'm so proud of my creation, guys. And for those of you that are supportive and will be able to support this project of the Wingsuit 75, I pray that God blesses you. And I'm trying to turn this into a serious business. Building tiny whoops, silent drones. There's a type of propellers that I want to also try out that are apparently really silent. So yeah, I just want to put out a nice product out there made in South Africa. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback. I'm working on the packaging right now of how it will look in the package, and I'm trying to make it premium. Even the packaging, I'm doing it myself, because right now I can't afford to hire, I can't afford outsourcing help, but I have to stand within my means. And even if I stand within my means, I have to make the best product that I can produce. So thank you, take care, and hopefully the next video will be showing you guys how I create this from scratch, like just a sketch of it, and then perhaps you can start from there. Take care.